Alrighty, hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day out there today. Unfortunately, the last 2 days have not been good for Bitcoin after having that monster day, but we're going to be talking about that, why it happened, some of the inflation data that came out today, and then on top of that, really just kind of where Bitcoin's going, because we're still kind of in this downtrend. And we had the opportunity to break out, but we really just couldn't hold those levels. And then finally start talking about some of the day trades going on, some of the trades I've been doing, and some of the trades I haven't been doing, and maybe some of the trades I missed out on because, I'm not awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. It is, yeah, it is Friday. I might be up around 3 o'clock in the morning. If there's a trade, I'll take it. That'll be the way to go. So, welcome back, everybody. Loki wants to say hello. I'm out of treats right now because he ate all of his lamb, but he may come up here to say hello for a second. Can I have the ring? There you go. Oh. Come here. He's waiting for it to be thrown, but look at those nice, shiny, white teeth. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Well, he snatched it out of my hands. So, hey, Etrev, happy to see you. Let me move some stuff around on my part here. There we go. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so as far as the monthly chart's concerned, nothing has really changed. I just want to let you guys know we are heading for a larger level of support here pretty soon if we do take another dump, and that's really in the low 50,000s range. So if you guys are thinking about things a month out, 2 months out, think of those lower 50s, and that's a pretty hard level of support. If we were to break down below that, I would be surprised, but every now and again we have major disasters for the market, and sometimes we do, but I wouldn't be anticipating something like that happening. Also, when you start adding on some of these longer-term Fibonacci levels, we do have a support level right there at 56,695. Another one down here at 43,910. If you were to adjust this a little bit, because we barely stopped right there, we have one where we could hit bounce. And by bounce, I mean you can go below it and then bounce. So just be aware of that. But switch it up a little bit more to fib levels turned off. Around that same price of like a little bit higher than $58,000. So what do you call? It seems like there is something coming up here pretty soon if we do decide to take another leg down. It will not be pretty, but it is going to be something that we're going to be looking for a while here. Usually when we do bottom on some of these charts, you can see that Bitcoin does go pretty much into the oversold zone as far as the stochastics, but the RSI, we really don't go down into like really extreme oversold levels. So, we're kind of there right now. We're seeing a little bit of time for the lag to kind of creep up with us. But if you were to take off the MA, because most, I normally trade options and stocks on TD Ameritrade. Well, if you add a RSI on TD Ameritrade, it actually doesn't have an RSI along with it. It's just a plain RSI with no moving average line. Excuse me. So it looks like that. All right. So if we did take that off for now, we're pretty close to where we have been in the past. Back over here, 2022, we were back around 39, 40, or we're currently around 41, 42. So we're getting closer. So it's not terrible. But long story, it's definitely just kind of a mood right now that nobody's happy about. Let me actually put this back over here. There you go. Let's just go with this simple. All right. Now moving across everything else, we already know the weekly chart's a bearish momentum. We know we've had some pops here and there as far as trying to hold on to support. But again, it looks a lot better on the monthly chart than it does on the weekly chart right now. The weekly chart is not honoring all of these support levels. 1, 2, yes. This one, not even close. We just had a pure capitulation right there. Let me move something around here. There you go. But despite all of that, we still have some pretty good opportunities for day trading and swing trading here. When I was showing you guys this the other day, I believe it was on this layout. Yeah. I made a video for members talking about this level of resistance. I believe it was called, I don't even know what I called that video. There's so much stuff going on right now. Let's see. Oh, I got to connect my card to my new wallet. Uh-oh, yeah. I just saw my YouTube Premium didn't go through. Yeah, I got to put my new card on there. Yeah, new trading signals and checking around Bitcoin profits. Back in this video here,
hey everyone, I hope you
had mentioned about this level of resistance right here and how it's kind of a good level to start selling. Most of this is stuff you guys have already known if you've been watching for a minute, but be careful around those levels of resistance. Be very, very careful of those levels of resistance, because what ended up happening here, if you guys follow my trades and whatnot, is we did a few trades during that State of the Union, right? There were 2 trades that ended up working out, and a few that did okay and a few that did not do that great at all, but for various reasons, right? So you guys can see this momentum right here. You can get rid of that for now. And let me just get rid of that. So during this bullish momentum, we did a trade right here. And then, of course, it popped up for some really great returns a few minutes afterwards. But I sold over here. That was the first trade, right? That made us about like $600 after fees. I think it was like $585 after fees. And then later on that night, when I got back home from the bars after Wednesday night, I did this trade right here from around 65,000 up here to around 65,600. I don't even think it was that high. I think I actually sold it around 64,400 because there was some resistance up here, and I was like, you know what, I'll just sell it. So I think I bought right here and sold right here for a few $100s a return, after fees, of course. And then, of course, it did, it ran up and it ran up and it ran up. But something happened over here. And this is why I want you guys to really understand when we're using trading signals or we're using my strategies and whatnot, you guys do have to kind of have an idea of where these levels of resistance are. Normally, we're thinking about levels of resistance in terms of order blocks. But, now we're talking about larger patterns because we've had a good amount of time of consolidation. We have those defined levels of resistance and support as far as trend lines, Fibonacci levels, that type of stuff, right? Now, you see what happened if you bought any of these buy signals around this level of resistance? They didn't really work out the way you would want it to as far as getting you a good return on your investment. The first one right here, this little buy signal, this one, if you did stop loss here or here, this one you got stopped out way over here. You might have sold for a little bit, might have sold over here if you got lucky. And if you did over here, you got stop lossed out. This one, you were able, or these two I should say, because it's kind of a cluster. You don't really double down on clusters all too much. But you can see you would have bought right here. You would have hit resistance right there and you would have been fine to sell. But usually when I'm looking at people trading after a move like this, they assume something crazy is going to continue. And so they don't sell. And of course, if that was the case, you probably got stopped out. And this one back over here, and it ran up and it ran back up to that level of resistance over here. So you had an opportunity to sell, but it really wasn't the profit you guys might have been expecting, right? So just so you guys know, when we're that far away from like a median, basically, you got to be careful about how aggressive you want to be on these types of charts. And before I go further, if you guys are wondering when I talk about medians, you can see this trend right here, right? Well, there's like a median line that's right here. Bitcoin naturally wants to get back down to this level, right? So if it gets too high, it wants to come back down. If it gets too low, it wants to come back up. All right. Now that's not a perfect median line, but typically if you get pretty far away from that, you want to be careful. Now I know Bitcoin can go parabolic at times, but that median line can be important. I think there are actually something called like a trend channel or something like that on here. No, it's a fib channel, I believe. No, there's a tool out here and I forget what it was because I don't use it at all. No, it's fine. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Oh, regression trend. What's the parallel channel? No, this isn't it. I want it to be, but it's not it. Doesn't matter. So just keep an eye on that one. And then, of course, early this morning, when, of course, all of us are asleep, we have that signal that came in as far as the momentum being bearish and whatnot. And it just came down with a nice little move. Now, earlier this morning as well, like well after this, we did have a bad CPI report come out, or a bad inflation report come out, and I'll just pull it up here very fast. Right now, the big news is the Anthropic stuff. I'm surprised that inflation's not even big news anymore. That is wild. Let's go back over here. There we go. Oh, they didn't even bring out the charts and stuff. Usually they bring out charts. Wholesale prices rose faster than expected pace in January, countering hopes that inflation was easing, the Bureau of Statistics reported Friday. The core producer price index, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, increased a seasonally adjusted 0.8%, more than the 0.6% gain in December, and well ahead of the Dow Jones consensus estimate of 0.3%, right? So it was hot, hot, hot. And despite that, we really didn't see much of a reaction from Bitcoin. If you look at the stock market here, I think you might have had a little bit more of a reaction. But again, it kind of just matched up where we were yesterday. It wasn't like a catastrophic thing. I think everybody has kind of inflation baked in that we're kind of just like slowly going down, but at least we're going down. But the bad thing is the economy is slowly going down, right? Now, before I start to chill with you guys and stuff like that, I do want to point out that if I bring out my scalping template here, I should have called it day trading template or whatever. But you guys can see that we had some buy signals up here at that level of resistance, that trend line that we were talking about. During this time over here, this is why I hit my head around. Right, when is this time right over here? Wednesday, 4 p.m. There you go. Wednesday, 4 p.m. There you go. So you can see at Wednesday, 4 p.m., momentum on the 1 hour chart had really cooled off. And not just that, Wednesday 4 p.m. right here, the 2 hour had also cooled off. And Wednesday the 4 p.m., we were still okay, but you can see how the RSI had been coming down a little bit here. And that was showing me, oh, there's some issues here as far as momentum is concerned. Maybe I don't want to be as aggressive on these trades. And again, if you were aggressive, you didn't make any money. But if you just took what the market gave you, this one I would say you stopped out on. It maybe it depends if you took this stop loss or this tighter one. But let's just say for sake of argument, you got stopped out on. These two hit levels of resistance, and this one hit the level of resistance right there as well. That's what matters. If you guys get greedy, it can burn you a lot. And you have to understand what's happening. So when I see this short in the morning here at 3 o'clock, well, what am I looking at? I'm looking at, oh yeah, there's an opportunity to come all the way back down here because we've had these large swings down every time. Crossover, nice move down. Crossover, nice move down. Crossover, nice move down. Crossover over here, you see that nice move down occurring again. You follow those patterns, you're going to be very happy, especially when the pattern is happening within a larger trend. All right. So let me go back over here to this one. I don't want to get too stuck up in that one. Get out of here very fast. And I think I'm going to try to figure out a way to do another 24/7 stream on this type of stuff, or I'll figure it out somehow. But you can see we're just going to struggle for a little bit longer. I was hoping we might have an opportunity to break out and have a really solid move. I mean, we got rejected and we never even had a second chance to really go back up there. It was, I would say, very abysmal, very, very abysmal. Now, as far as the rest of the market today, there's a few things up like Decred, Chili's, Internet Computer, Gold, you know. On the other side, though, Pippin's down 20%, Zcash down 8%, BitTorrent's down 5%. And you go back over here to the last 7 days, you know, most stuff is still pretty bearish. You have some specks of green in there, but even despite that big move that we had over the last few days, a lot of stuff is still just not looking that great. Am I concerned? No. We already know this is definitely still that larger bearish market that we've been talking about. And when we start to look at, how should I do this? Let's put this up here. That 150 weekly moving average, when we're down below that, it's probably going to be hard to see like this. There we go. When we're down below this, it's dollar cost averaging season. It may take a while, sure. This time, you know, back in 2015, it took about, what, a year before we took off again. Again, right below here, this one didn't take nearly as long. This one only took a few months. A few months right there. This one took a long time because of a bunch of stuff going on. This was Gary Gensler time, if you will, followed by a rebuilding of the market from all the exchanges going bust. And then now here we are again. So, you know, usually when we get down below this, we're pretty close to it being over. The only times we got really far down below the 150 weekly moving average was COVID. It's the Celsius FTX debacle. But typically we don't really get too far away from it, at least not for too long. So I'm hoping we will find a bottom as far as cryptocurrency is concerned pretty soon. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we find some support in the low 50s, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we hit the low 50s over the next few months, right? What's more surprising to me is how many bad candles we're having in a row. It's red, 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 red. You know, it reminds me a lot of what we were seeing back over here during the worst of it. Except for now, we're not seeing exchanges falling like flies. So maybe that's a little bit better for us since the infrastructure of cryptocurrency trading is holding. We're not seeing the capitulation after capitulation after capitulation, where like massive bearish moves happening all at once in like an almost futuristic engine kind of, you know, everybody just freaking out, right? It's trend channel. It's an indicator. Yeah, I don't know which one that was though. Regression channel. Fib channel. Oh, you know what? I know. Let's see. Oh, but you're talking about the actual indicator in the indicator section. I thought there was something over here, but I think what I might have been using. I think I might have been using a different tool. Disjointed channels are pretty interesting. I don't even think I've actually used this one. Yeah, I never used that one. Okay. But there we go. So long story short, the bearish momentum is still whipping our asses. Although we're clearly whipped at this point, I wouldn't say it's a terrible time to be out there. There's still been some good trades as far as double tops and selling. You know, there was no real pattern over here, but those buy signals kind of worked out if you guys weren't greedy. But we're still seeing some opportunities for trading. I wouldn't say anything's too crazy. But as far as the hope, I think we were all feeling that maybe something can change. Yeah, it was dashed away from us. It was dashed. And hey, hey, Bait 4, he's doing well. He's chilling right here, kind of. Loki. Hello. Yep. Yeah, he's right here. He wants to go back outside. Oh, now he just wants head webs. Yep. Thanks for that stock vid earlier. Definitely gonna rewatch later. Yeah, I'm gonna start making those videos every other day, so you should get a new Finviz screener every other day. My issue is, for whatever reason, Finviz destroys computers, or destroy. Yeah, I'll just say destroys computers. So if I go over here to my processes, like it doesn't even overwhelm my computer too much. After a while, for whatever reason, if I go over here to screener, like it's not even going. I already clicked on it. See how it's lagging? I got all these presets here. All these presets. And I'll do videos on them one by one. So today was breakout momentum core, right? Tomorrow is going to be day trader dumps. A couple days from that is going to be day trader pumps, then super breakouts and whatnot. And basically I can like go back here and I can go to like, hey, yeah, what's a super breakout? And I show up that type of stuff right here, and I see stuff that's on the verge of breaking out, like American Financial Company, right? Or this one already had the breakout, unfortunately, so I missed it. This one right here, I don't even know what the heck that is. Wait, which one is this? Over 50, over 2 billion, optional short bull, 5K, week up. Oh, these are things that already have positive momentum. That's not typically a breakout thing. But yeah, you can trade these good momentum assets. So basically the way it works is almost like the other one is, you see something that's moving pretty fast, pretty well, you're basically going to add it to a watch list when it consolidates, like a flag right here, or some type of like downward trend right here, bullish flag, if you will. You want to trade those breakouts. It's an easier way of just not having to use the momentum indicators I provide for you, like the stochastic and the RSI. But I have a bunch of them. Even stuff like like bouncing at moving average, random stuff around here, where it's kind of like it's not telling you it's bouncing. It's basically saying there's a bunch of different charts here that are close to their moving averages getting kind of squeezed between a couple, and there's an opportunity for a lot more volatility. But this one I wouldn't say is picked up too much, because you have to do more than I think like $10 for this one. And then you got 76, and you can see some opportunities for some moves, but you're looking for reversals most of the time, right? Yeah. I think there's even one, where's the CanSlim one? Yeah, this is one where it's just a really solid company. It's making a bunch of money, and typically you're waiting for a catalyst on these. But some of these you probably have seen a few times before. AG, First Majestic Silver Corporation, Security and Protection Services coming down quite a bit, actually. I wonder if this will have a big breakout. But yeah, so there's just a bunch of different things. But is the company growing? How is it looking? That type of stuff. And I gotta start doing the dollar things. I like to be over $10 right now. I think that's just something that's changed for me over the years. But yeah, so I'll be doing more videos and things like that. I would say most people are going to be looking at I like day trader dumps or something like that. You know, just going through the charts here and saying, hey, what's happening over here? Oh, again, what the heck is going on here? What did I even click to get that screen right there? Yeah, it's lagging too much for my brain to comprehend right now. But yeah, it should do well. So normally I have to record all of my videos using Firefox. The lack of lag is great. Look at that. Look how fast everything's going. It just doesn't work well with Chrome. Like this is something that we just finding assets under $7. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, guys. That under $7 that are hitting all-time highs, right? Oh, custom. That's what I clicked. Right. So sometimes people are looking for things that they can afford that are hitting all-time highs and having good moves. Oil and gas, utilities from Canada, and gold in Canada. Right. Go back to overview. Why does it keep doing that? Maybe because I went from charts to what do you call? There you go. Or custom to charts. But I mean, you can do under 50 if you wanted to, and that opens up a lot more. Right? This is all stuff hitting all-time highs. Semiconductor equipment, despite Nvidia coming down today, semiconductor doing fucking great. This is at $145 million market cap. You know, you could spruce these things up a little bit more here, like yeah. I'm probably gonna fine tune a few of them anyway, but you know, hitting all-time highs. Damn, there's a reason for it. Telecom services in Mexico, most of the time I USA, and you got 17 to check out. You know, some are good, some are having breakouts, some already had breakouts like P&G. You know, PG&E, Ranger Gas, Omega Healthcare. This is hitting a level of resistance. Maybe it will come back down to the trend here pretty soon, but you have a gist of what's going on. So I'll be making more of those. Also, I told you guys I've been making a website for a while, right? There's finally some movement on it. Basically, what happened was I didn't understand by making a cryptocurrency website, it was going to be the target of a lot of hacks and like malware and shit. So the website has just been getting bombarded with stuff, and so it's taken us a little bit more time to like get all that fixed up and stuff. There's another website up there called Crypto Manuals, but I don't think it's up and running anymore. It looks like it's a GitHub page. But mine is the Crypto Manual Home. It's a WordPress site right now. I gotta put a logo in there of some type. But this is kind of the gist we're going for. So you can see the tickers on top. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit for you guys. Yeah. It's still not ready for mobile, so if you look at it on phone, it's gonna look like shit. But we're getting there. I'm gonna pick up a better logo than that. So it's called the Crypto Manual. There's gonna be some the home, the crypto news, learning pass, glossary, join the manual. There's gonna be some like affiliate stuff, contact stuff, about stuff, news stuff, and then we're gonna like do more lessons, free lessons, more glossary terms, and more learning paths. It's gonna take time because it's only 2 people working on it, but we're doing it. And this is going to be the news section. You can see it. This is still beta here. I'm just showing you the progress of it because I'm excited about it. There's going to be some pictures right here and stuff like that. News that's going on, the market pulse, what's happening with live action. We got to get that stuff all situated here. Editors picks, more headlines. Like I'm going to have a weekly newsletter talking about my favorite cryptocurrencies that I'm looking at, different strategies, momentum breakdowns that are clear and concise, and kind of do like a half lesson, half newsletter type of thing. And then, you know, different lessons about what is Bitcoin, all that type of stuff. These are rough lessons right now. I wouldn't say they're even full. It's just all kind of like some SEO work in there, but they'll be a lot better come a little bit. And then we're gonna have more terms and glossary terms because basically what the vibe I'm going for here is the Investopedia glossary, financial terms dictionary, and you can see this is just for A. No, hold on. Yeah, this is just for A, all these terms. I want to have something like this where I can go into anywhere like accepting risk, right? Right, that's a short little thing, and it has a bunch of little ad stuff on the bottom, whatever. But it's only going to be stuff related to cryptocurrency. All right. So I'm getting ready for that. They have their new section. Mine's kind of similar, but I don't feel like I'm not going to be selling you 5% APY with financial CDs, right? What I will be selling you is maybe a cryptocurrency wallet, maybe a new exchange that you guys haven't thought about. And I think that's kind of going to be about it. Maybe, I think as far as like stuff I want to sell, I think that's really it. Maybe I'll sell some type of like really high quality trading guide or something eventually, but that's over a year away. But I mean, most of it's on YouTube already if you kind of hash it together. And I would say the other part that I think you guys are going to like is we're going to have some simulators so you guys can like a profit taking tool, taxes tool, just little mathematical simple stuff. But there was one thing I was excited to tell you guys about and I just forgot what it was about. Oh yes, okay. So this is probably about 5 to 6 months away because I got to figure out how to get the data. Do I have enough money for the data? All this type of stuff. I got to like start the inquiry process of it basically. But you guys know how Benjamin Cohen has into the cryptoverse, right? And his, it's really good. It has a bunch of cool stuff in here. I mean, a bunch of cool stuff in here. And then I think it is. Yeah, $59 a month, right? Or you can buy the lifetime one for $13,000, and that's $139 for the pro plan or $59 a month for the standard plan. And they have the light plan, which is free, which comes with three tools, I guess. I'm gonna make something like the standard plan, basically. And instead of it costing $60 a month, I'm gonna try to charge like $30 a month, so like by half. But it's gonna have different tools I think are gonna be better for you guys. So like it would include a weekly newsletter, whatever. Regression analysis, dollar cost averaging simulation tool. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Crypto heat map visualization tool, sure. Risk indicators and historical charts, yes. Crypto risk indicator dashboard, yes. TradingView indicators, yes. Modern portfolio theory tool, all that type of stuff that could work out. But I have to figure out if I want to have TradingView inside of it, like he does. How much does that cost? And that way I can figure out how much to like charge, right? Because basically it's almost like you're buying another TradingView account as part of the plan here. Unless they let you like log in or something, which is going to be chaotic. So I'm probably just going to do a simple way like that. I may have a pro plan, but I'm not sure. Like private Telegram chat room, I feel like if you're paying, you should go to it's all going to be the same room. And I'll see how this works out. But I plan on making something similar like this. But like he has a lot of stuff I don't think many traders ever use. So I'm not going to include all of that stuff that I don't think anybody's going to use. But at the same time, you're not going to be spending as much money because you don't have all those same tools, right? It's almost like a little bit more of an a la carte selection where you can get a lot of the stuff you get here, not all of it, but for a cheaper price, right? And it's the stuff you kind of, with the meat on the bones, if you will. But again, that's going to take some time. I'll let you guys know how everything's going with different updates. But, I'm excited to see how it works out. Get the ticker and all that type of stuff worked out here. It's going to take a minute for me to well, it's gonna take a minute for my guy to really get all this stuff done, but he's been doing a really good job, and I'm happy with how it's like turning out. It's like step-by-step process here, because there's only a few websites that teach stuff like this, like maybe like this. CoinDesk has a learn section, Binance Academy, crypto education for invest, like that's Bitwise, Crypto Slate, Learn Crypto. This is the only one I have really known that is like mine. All right, Learn Crypto, made easy, start learning, explore feed. Look at it like this. All right. But there's no news. I need it to be news. I want it to be up to date stuff. I want it to be charts, data. I'm hoping I can actually accrue a team of people that are doing good technical analysis, and then there could be like a news section specifically for technicals. So I think there would have to be a few rules, like you can't trade penny or like the micro coins, but like you can do coins of over maybe $400-300 million. You can choose any technical, and they just start talking about coins they're watching and stuff like that. My fear is I don't want to be paid by somebody to like promote it, even though I guess that kind of happens in regular journalism as well. But so glossary terms, those takes a minute to load. I spent a mini fortune for all the backup stuff on my website, so it's crisp. Damn. Okay, maybe I can't go to the glossary. Popular coins. There you go. Right. I like how they have this little section here. But basically, they have a little tools page and stuff like that. But the website it's not built on this is just an affiliate thing. The website's a little bit slow because I think it's not built on a really strong platform. I don't even know what mine's built on. It's I think mine's. I'm looking at these folders I have. Generate cloud. Is that what it's called? Oh, cloud. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah, this generate press one. Seems really cool. I don't know. Plus a bunch of other stuff in here. I don't even know. Fluent Forms for Camp, Advanced something, Rocket Engine. I don't know. No. Yeah, there's a bunch of folders I have over here that I just my website guy knows I know nothing about them. Hey Lux guy, what's up? I'm doing well, my man. I'm doing well. Just trading. And hey, I mean, you must be making money. What do you call? I mean, I'm making money, but not as much as I would like to right now. Right now there's been some good signals, but this signal happened at like what 1:30 in the morning. I was asleep. No. So I was talking with my website guy last night. I was at the cigar lounge. I left the cigar bar thing around like 12:30. Yeah, I was actually probably awake when this happened, but I wasn't at my computer. I was like getting ready for bed, taking off the clothes and just passing out. But I missed it, right? And I fucking hate that I missed it. But I haven't done a trade since back over here on Wednesday. Well, I guess that's only been a couple days. But that's why I've been doing the copy trading stuff. Like not copy trading, we're just trading. Hold on. I hate when it logs me out. There you go. Hold on. I don't even know if I can log in at this point. Unless I go through my phone. No, there it is. Okay. My stop loss order was triggered. Yes, it was. Stop loss. There you go. Sorry, that email is Arthur something. It's not the same as my normal Seattle ones. So with these ones, I don't even know if it still has the buy sell signals I have. Yeah. So this is the last couple of times I did a trade over the last few days. I don't know why it does it like this, but basically sold, and I sold right here, right there as it was spiking up. And I think if I go over here, I'm trying to work my way up these copy trader boards. But I definitely didn't make 94,000 bucks over the last 3 weeks. I haven't even been trading on this for the last 3 weeks. I'm not on page 2. Maybe I'm on page 3. There we go. Yeah. So my last trade was the 25th, and I entered that at 12:30 at night, and I sold it at 12:39. So a quick little return on that one. Does not tell the, what do you call though? Like this was a 16:39. This was like a 25-minute trade. These were all good. I lost money on this one though. Then I lost money on one other one. Yeah. So I've lost 2 trades, and I've won. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 7, which gives me a percentage win rate of. Where was it at? It tells you what it is. Yeah, 71%. And even with 71%, 25,000 is up to $25,819.49. Now imagine if I didn't pay fees. Oh, would that be a glorious time, wouldn't it be? But I think it tells you. Well, I know it tells you. What am I talking about? I shouldn't say think. Yeah, there's. That was $188 win. That was $554 win. This was 352 down, and then it went to 583 up, and then it went to, oh, that was it. I've had more positions to that, but I guess it only goes for the past week or something like that. And I did a trade with Ethereum as well, and that netted me only 88 bucks. I didn't do as large a position, and I'm kind of happy I didn't, because Ethereum didn't do what I wanted it to do, to be frank. Well, it did, but not the right way. Remember, we had this. This is when Bitcoin spiked right before the State of the Union, so I thought Ethereum was going to have a good move before that, but it only had like a decent move going into it. And then of course it popped live on stream, and I was like, of course I had price targets on there. Of course I had price targets, because I'm being responsible, and sometimes responsible can bite you in the butt. All right, there we go. And hey, Kilo Charlie, happy to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. There you go. Hey, Will to the Fee Haram. Happy to see all of you guys in here. Let's see what's right there. Yeah, I just got my haircut done the other day, but it feels weird. I normally been having my haircut long, but I thought I had white hair, like Loki hair in my hair. It's actually silver hair. I think I'm stressed or something. I know I'm stressed. I'm always stressed. I can't help it. Let's see. But yeah, but right now we're just kind of in this quiet time. But at least I wanted to, chill with you guys for a little bit, because I haven't seen much stuff going on over the last couple of days. The last thing I made for you guys was a video for the members saying, hey, everybody, watch out for this level of resistance here. And I mean, lo and behold, we got rejected from it, right? I don't see much else that I like, though. I'm seeing some choppiness and whatnot, fine. I'm still seeing opportunities to trade bearishly. So if I see the 15-minute cross back down, like right now we're about to have it, I'm sure you're probably going to see an opportunity to short this back down a little bit further. And last time we had a little bit of a crossover. Kind of reminds me of something like that. A little bit of a peak, come back down afterwards. Because somebody tried to push us down right back over here. Somebody tried, but there was a level of support there. Tried. What's the momentum like everywhere else? Oh yeah, the 1 hour is bullish, the 2 hours bullish, and the 4 hours bearish. This would be something more of a sorry, my phone rang. This would be something of a higher risk trade. So if you wanted to take it, you could, but like I wouldn't have a price target of down here. I'd have a price target of like over here, and maybe that's just me being a little bit iffy right now. that's kind of how I trade. All that you kind of understand that by now, I suppose. But I'll keep an eye out for it. I mean, I'm sure. What? Yeah, the 4 hour hasn't really been dropping like a rock too much over the last few hours. Yeah. Yeah, we might see a crossover here pretty soon for a sell signal. What would that end up being like anywhere? We don't even like doing a stop loss. That'd probably be like right here. That ratio is 0.77. It's not even a great one. Most people say you have to have like a ratio of like 2 or 3. I don't believe it, but maybe one over here to 1.34. Maybe slightly above it though. Yeah, that's probably how I'd play it if we do have a sell signal. I just don't like how the momentum is shifting all too much. What happened the last time we had a momentum shift like this? It was bullish right over here. It was kind of late to the party. Different environment though. Okay. Doesn't look like it'll mess me up too much if I take this short here. Definitely not investing $5,000 at a 20x leverage though. I'm thinking more of $1,000 at 20x leverage, something real small. And hey man, happy to see you, man. Hey bro, I just got into trading right now. Should I be going short or long? Can you point to me what right direction? Bro, if you're asking somebody online, don't trade just yet. Like, hunker down, read a couple books, watch a couple YouTube videos, relax. Like, the market's always going to be here. Like, if you hop into it without being ready, like, it's bad. Like, I have a few links down below. I would sign up to one of those if you want to do paper trading, but I'd probably stay away from the other trades. Like Weeks, they're one of the sponsors, so obviously I'm going to like plug them. But what do you call it? They basically have demo trading, so you can trade it with fake money. So, like, we don't have the signal right now, but let's just say I felt like I wanted to do a demo trade. Okay, and I'm adding 20,000. I guess that's how I can do this. 20,000, right? And do I gotta refresh it for it to show up? Let me double check. Yeah. So what I can do is I can be yeah. And I can go up to a leverage of, let's say, 40, right? And I see I want to short this right here. Minimum order. Oh, I hit the button. Okay. What did I say? There you go. I opened up a short with 40x leverage. And let's say I want to have a stop loss. Let's just say up here on 66,315. This is what I need to start using right there, but for now, 66,300. So I'll lose 30. That means I'll lose 5,000. This is a demo trade, just so you know. And the target price will be 65,434. What was my fees? My fees for this though was $460, which means I gotta like go way down here to like 65,236. 65,300. 31%. Okay, we can just take that. All right. And like you can practice trading like this. You can figure out your strategy and what works best. But for this, like I'm waiting for a particular signal, right? Before I do my trades here. I don't have anything open. I don't have anything closed. Like I said, I haven't traded since Wednesday. Right now, I'm more inclined to shorting, that's for sure. But I haven't been given that go ahead. I still think we're fairly close though. Yeah, within a half an hour or so, we're probably there. So you know, if I was doing something right now, I'd be shorting. That's my gist of what I'm hoping for. but I wouldn't be shorting for a long period of time. We're kind of hitting that mid-level, aren't we, anyway? Talking about what Bill Showtime was talking about, the trend channel. Let me see if I can find that up here. I only see it on the other one. Super trend indicator. Auto trend lines beta. No, which tool was it? I'm testing all the stuff I already know it is. I know it's not. No sound. Audio is fine. Refresh. Okay, good. About to say that was confusing for me for a second. Oh, sometimes I just stop talking. Sometimes I just stop talking. That could also be it. But I mean, here, let me see. Momentum is still fine there. The 4 hours still coming down. I'd still say this is a higher risk play. I don't actually like shorting right here. But usually if you're not too greedy, the signal works out for a dip coming for the next few minutes. I should probably end up... no, let's go separate, yeah. I mean, how's everything else doing right now? Ethereum is not fantastic. Let's go to the daily chart here. I mean, I look at that. Still got hammered back down. Resistance is still resistance, folks. As much as we want to see all of our favorite tokens going up, that resistance really smacked them back down. At least we have a little bit of an opportunity, though. More time there. Get rid of that one. Actually, Solana is something worth shorting right now. Yeah, Solana could have a pretty big dump back into the 50s here. That'd be rough. Dogecoin still holding support. You're seeing a lot more tokens, or maybe not Trump and Melania. They're towards the bottom. You are seeing a lot of tokens at support levels right now. I'm hoping they can actually manage to hold. Yeah, shit. Can they? I don't know. That seems like it's going to be a little bit more rough than I would want it to be. But there might be a trade here in the next hour or so. Still no crossover though. No patterns in a minute either. I suppose I could use my eyes, but yeah. Yeah, I'll give it some time. Ugh. So, I don't know what else to talk about right now, guys. It's still a chill time, but I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is at this point. It's a boring market. I was hoping that we might have some good inflation data here to spruce up Bitcoin, but we did not get that at all. Let me see if there's any other news going on today while we kind of wait. Trump administration blacklists Anthropic as AI firm refuses Pentagon demands. Can't they just take it for national defense? That's the crazy. I think they can pay a fair price for it, but they can take it for U.S. demands. UBS downgrades the U.S. stock market. Here's what... oh, sure, yeah. Downgrade the market as a whole. That's smart. Let's see. Warner Brothers employees fear coming wave of job losses as Paramount tops Netflix bid to acquire a company. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of job cuts. Warner Brothers is more liberal, and they're being bought by Paramount. Paramount's much more conservative. They're not going to be fitting the work culture, you could say. Let's see. Judges misses Trump's officials bid to end student loan repayment plan used by millions of borrowers. Let's see. White House gives Democrats new DHS funding offer as partial government shutdown drags on. Oh, I forgot we weren't even in a shutdown right now. House Democrats grapple with Trump's threats out to U.S. elections. This is a five-alarm fire. It's always a fire with them. Let's see. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see if we bomb Iran. If we bomb Iran, it's going to be crazy, crazy stuff here. Because look at that. We're not normally bearish in January and February like in a row. Last time it happened was, oh, never. Huh. Normally we're bearish February, March maybe. That happened a few cycles. But I mean, we've had month after month after month after month after month of bearishness. That's 5 months. Have we ever had 5 months? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Then we popped 4 months, 3 months, 3 months. 3, yeah. We're due for a pop eventually. We're on month 5 of possibly 6, so what this is telling me is technically what this is telling me, if you're a long-term buyer, you're still in a good spot. If you're a long-term buyer, you're in a good spot to be buying. But after that, oh yeah, that's gonna be rough. Yeah, we never got the signal. I'm waiting to see if it'll flush us down here a little bit. There you go. All right. But yeah, if you're new to trading, be very careful about trading right now. Like, learn a system, learn what you like. Practice with fake money first. Don't toss your own money into it. And with the fake money, kind of do whatever you're gonna trade in the first place. So like, if you only have $500 you want to trade with let's say you have $5,000 you want to trade with, probably don't trade more than $100 at a time with 10 to 20x leverage. You don't even need that much leverage, but I know people just don't listen to what I say about leverage, so they just do high ones. Plus, I do high leverage myself, so I'm not the best, not the most credible. But definitely take your time to like read the books about technical analysis, what the tools are. There's tons of YouTube videos, but I swear the books made it so much easier for me to learn. And then if I had a question, I'd go to YouTube for that specific question, not necessarily the entire breadth of what I was trying to do. Books are usually more organized with their thoughts, while YouTube is more meant for the algorithm to kind of kick stuff off and push stuff out to people for money and whatnot. There's a Technical Analysis for Dummies is one of my favorite books ever. My dog literally chewed up half the cover of it, but it's still a good book. Let's see. Here's from a used bookstore. It's like $5. Technical Analysis for Dummies. I bought this years ago, right? Now I'm not used to having used books, but it's whatever. And it works. And then they got option trading for dummies, swing trading for dummies, technical and whatever, and I think they have now sometimes they let you read the first chapter or something like that online. But it's just something that's really great. I'd recommend it for a lot of people out there. I definitely recommend it for a lot of people out there. Still no sell signal. We may actually have a little pop here. This is what I'm concerned about with those 1 hour and 2 hour momentum shifts right there. But we'll give it some more time. Until we have that signal, I'm usually kind of like, I'll wait. But if it's demo money, shit, I'll have fun with demo money all the time. Hey, next level. I'm thinking about it, but it doesn't look likely at this point. I was hoping it would probably come in the next few minutes, but it hasn't been. The last trade that was good was all the way back over here at 1:30 in the morning, so I didn't take that one obviously here. But I'm leaning more bearish day over day right now, so I'm looking for a short right now, not a long. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for right now. I have a trade open as far as like, but it's a demo trade. I took it as an example for Albin. I can't pronounce the name properly. Albin, but it's a demo trade. It's definitely just a demo trade right there. Because typically what I'm waiting for right now is a little bit of a crossover action on these 15-minute charts as far as the RSI and the stochastic. The stochastic has already had the crossover, but the RSI hasn't. So I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm I would say most people don't even have to take a trade right now. The people taking a trade right now, if I take this trade, are definitely more aggressive, and they're understanding this is a higher risk trade. Some people don't even like high risk trades, but this is a high risk trade. And the reason for that high risk trade is, although the 4-hour chart is still bearish as far as that momentum is coming along, right? You can see this is a 4-hour chart right here. It's definitely more bearish. There you go. Although the 4-hour chart is bearish here, we are hitting a little bit of support at the same time, which means we might bounce, then continue down, which is probably what's most likely going to happen here. But then on top of that, the concern really is the 2-hour charts are having a little bit more of a bearish move right now. Not enough to make me like completely concerned, but enough to be like, okay, we may have a bump that follows this trend line here. Right? And then maybe come back down a little bit later on. So that's what I'm looking at right now. This like little flag that we're seeing. Right? So I'm waiting to short this down, basically. And on top of that, the 1-hour chart here. Oops. Well, I took my head off. The 1-hour chart also has a bullish amount of momentum at this point. So it doesn't seem like it's enough for me to be really confident about the position. Normally, when you see a trade like this back over here, right, the 4-hour chart was bearish, as you can see from this red background. So it's bearish back over here. Oh, no, sorry, right over here. It was bearish this morning right there. Both are bearish. On the 1-hour chart, during that trade this morning at like 2 a.m., yeah, it came over here. That sell signal right there at 1:30. So it's within this candle, you can see the 1 hour is already bearish. See, the 2 hours already bearish, excuse me, 2 hours already bearish. And within that 1:30 time frame right here, 1:30, we were crossing over. So the stochastic was, I would say, on the verge, and the RSI was already bearish at that point. So you had a lot of signals saying, hey, this is not a good, this is a bearish move right here. Get ready for something a little bit more bearish. Therefore, I was happy to take that short with more confidence. I didn't take the short because I was asleep, but you get the point. Like, if ignore those little sell signals right here, they don't matter on a 5-minute chart. You know, right now Bitcoin's facing a little bit of resistance right there, and we're flagging a little bit here for tiny little higher lows. If Bitcoin breaks down below this, I think you're going to see a lot of people shorting and trying to get this to come back down to first level, and then really second level over here for more aggressive players down here. I'm probably eyeballing this area on a breakdown of this small flag, just because the overall momentum is bearish on the 4-hour. But really, I should be eyeing this, but I'm going to be a little bit greedy because I can afford to right now, I suppose. But that's what's happening in my brain at this point. Let me get rid of all this crap. So that's really the key right now, because I have a feeling that if we do break down from there, we're going to have the crossover breakdown right there, and that'll push us back down. You'll probably see a pretty rapid move within like a 30-minute, 2 15-minute candles of us breaking down both below the 50 and the 20 moving averages, leading to a pretty easy profit if you were to sell around the $65,500 level, which is, again, only $350 less than where we are. It's not like it's a massive move, but with the leverage, it makes it easier to make some money. Right now, I probably won't even do that because it doesn't seem like it's worth my time for like my actual money. But with this demo account that lets you do what? I think I said like $20,000 you can do. $20,000 you can get in here every 72 hours or something like that for demo trading. That's actually pretty cool. But the position I have right now, again, I want to stress this is not my money right now. When I do my trades, I show you guys the trades like this, right? I'll show you the good and bad. But it was only $188. But still, you know, I'll show you what I'm doing. So this one's up $33. Right. But I'm hoping for, like I said before, a short, a possible breakdown and coming back down. But it's such an aggressive play, I don't like taking these typically. Some could say I need more confidence behind my abilities, and I would say they might be right. But I would also say I know what works for me right now for me to make a full-time living off of trading. So I'm just going to stick to that while I take the time to educate myself. Because I do demo trading every now and again, right? but it's for different types of things, right? Different types of things, not necessarily the momentum trading. More likely some like I'm trading during a news event or something like that. Little bit different, little bit different. But yeah, right now I'm definitely short term bearish. I'm just hoping that this momentum doesn't shift, because that momentum does not look friendly to me at all, at all. Yeah, but we'll have to keep track of that. The 15-minute chart is what I'm looking for right now. Actually, we just broke down below on the 15-minute chart. Not that there really was a level of a good trend line strength there. What are we looking at right there? Yeah, we're pretty far away from that. Maybe we'll bounce off of this a little bit. That'd be kind of nice to see. There you go. There's your little trend line right there. Put this back up here. What I do need to get, guys, for this, again, since I'll be doing these longer streams, probably not that long tonight, what I need to do is I need to get some music for us. I saw, what's his name, playing music, Crypto Face doing some music, but I'm not entirely sure if it was, if he's allowed to play it or not, or if he's okay with his stream getting cut off, right? So if I can play any type of music I want to, I'm gonna give it a shot. But yeah, I definitely have to try to get some music and stuff. So here's a small breakdown. You might even see the sell signal. Yeah, it just kicked off right there. So I would say most people probably going to try to do a small position right there. The demo position that we took is up 6% so far. That's fine. And there's a little bit of a steep drop off, but it's a 1 minute chart, so it's going to look a little bit more dramatic than you would think, right? But I mean, at least it's a pattern. We saw it break down. You know, people can trade it all they want to. The only reason I opened up this short thing right here is because I saw that as an opportunity. But I'm not like a fortune teller or something. Yeah, this could always turn into a rectangle that breaks out down the road. You know what I mean? But now that we have that little signal there, maybe we'll see something coming out of it. I mean, it doesn't look terrible right now. How's Ethereum look? Ethereum could be a fun play as well. I might go back down just to support levels. Yeah, I don't know if this is a larger move or not. I'm being patient until I kind of see. I'm hoping within the next two candles it has a larger move back down here within basically within a half an hour. We're back down into you know, we've come. I shouldn't say a large move because it's only a few $100, but you know, visually speaking, it's a little bit of a larger move. Last crossover we had over here, which was pretty good. The crossover before that was okay, gradual. Yeah, maybe it's better to eyeball this close. I mean, even though it's fake money, I still want to make a profit with it. But like I said before, the fees alone for this trade are like $500. So even if I were to trade in the trade right now, I barely make any profit off of it for risking so much money. I don't like doing demo trading though, because you have to keep on explaining it's demo trading. I don't want to deceive anybody. How's oil prices looking? Well, oil prices did fine. I don't use this for oil though. I don't use it for commodities, just because of all the news going on right now. Oil prices are going back up. Man, we were so close to having cheap oil, and then Iran had to come back into the picture. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I guess we probably should stick to this one. Wait, which one's... Oh, there you go. Yeah, because we're still in that overall downward trend. We're only half here. Hourly is bullish, the 2 hours mixed, and the 4 hours bearish. Yeah, I definitely want to be shorting into that type of environment there. What I do need to have happen here is maybe I'll put a box around this down the road, and I'll have it in the corner so you guys can see the live profits. But I'll do that later on once I'm like it'll say SUSD here for like demo trading. When I normally trade, it'll say it'll say just plain USTD right there, right? It'll be a little bit different. There we go. But again, I'd say this is a high risk trade, so please be careful. If you, well, I'm not even doing a trade right now, so don't follow me. And hey, Vegas Advantage, I'm happy to see my man. I followed you back on X. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hope Vegas is nice and toasty right now. It's not nice and toasty over here. It's freezing cold. Do I have an opinion on CryptoFace's indicator that he uses? This DEMA, no, this is just regular simple moving averages. I don't use DEMAs all too much unless I'm doing like real scalping on stocks and stuff like that, maybe with an anchored VWAP and maybe a Bollinger Band mix. You know, and I haven't done that in like, I want to say like a quarter or two, because the market has not been good for that type of stuff. But do I have an opinion on CryptoFace's indicator? I mean, I like it. It's not my cup of tea as far as like I'm going to use this for every little thing. But I like how he'll give you, like, I like using it on top of what is already going on in your mind. Like, so his indicator will give you a good amount of like buy and sell signals, right? But like here's a 15-minute chart right here, right? My sell signal came in here. His will probably have something similar because he uses the same type of momentum. Where did my sell signal come in here? It was at 130. So 130, yeah. Market cipher A and B and DSBI. And where is market cipher B? Why didn't market cipher B pop up? Okay, we don't actually need these ones. Well, I mean, we can go to settings. Yeah, see there's a little bit of a dot right there. A little bit of momentum shift right here. This one right here. It's not perfect, but it does a pretty decent job. But market cipher B is, I think, the most valuable thing he has. There you go. And you can see a little red dot right there. And you can see a little bit of a green buying opportunity right there. Buying opportunity right there. Little red dot. It takes a minute to understand what his system is, right? But I like to use his better if I'm going to be using it all with swing trades, right? A little bit of divergence happening right here. You could see that with the MACD or stochastic, whatever, but it just kind of condenses a bunch of oscillators into one, which makes it kind of nice, right? I don't think you need an algorithm to become a profitable trader, though. I think they can only enhance what you are already doing. Yeah, that's the way I'd put it. Most of you guys probably shouldn't even pay for those until you're making that much money alone in like investing. So for his, I think he lowered his prices on his, and he what's it called? Market cipher. He lets me use it for free. I don't pay for it. The perks of being an influencer and also somebody that's drank with him a few times. He's fucking chill. He's chill. Yeah, professional. So it's $600 a year. If you make $600 a month in trading, I'd say try it out. See how you like it. Lifetime $1,500. Then definitely can give it a shot. Try it out. I believe there's a back end. I haven't logged into this account in like since 2023, perhaps. Let me see if I'm even in here. Let me go to my phone very fast. Let me pop this open right here. Let me get rid of this one. I don't need to be here for now. There you go. I don't. Let's say market cipher. I lost my password. Let me see what comes up. Oh, I don't think he has a dashboard like the other ones. I think everything's now on his website now. Okay, well he has tutorials about that type of stuff now. If you want to go to his go to YouTube, yeah, there you go. But maybe I'm thinking of Luxalgo. Yeah, this says Luxalgo has a full-on page like this right here. I mean, I would say both enhance your trading style, but I'm a pure momentum trader for the most part. I'm just a pure momentum, so I trade a little bit differently. And you know, we can see the position that we took. It took a while for it to show any profit, that's for sure, but we're up a little bit. Again, fake position on this time, just because we're doing a little educational thing. I'm surprised. I thought we were going to have a larger drop faster, but we'll see. Oh, is my computer fucking up again? Whenever I stream for too long, for whatever reason, my internet service has been trying to throttle me, which has been very painful. For me, it says that my chat has been disconnected a few times. How's my stream health doing? It says it's excellent. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting right there. I still think it'd be better to sell around here, but I'm frugal in terms of hitting my price target. If it hits and I'm confident, I'll wait. If I'm not confident, I'll empty it out a little bit longer. Consolidation right here. Maybe the next like 5 minutes we'll plummet down, have a nice little move back down here towards 65.6, 65.5, somewhere over here. Kind of interesting how much like this. We're not even seeing any great big moves right now. Everything's really calm, possibly because it's Friday and everybody's just chilling out and having a good old time though. So, because I haven't seen any big news. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff here. Question audio. Not even much news happening right now. This was a while ago. See, I would say that's not necessarily a Bitcoin thing. I would say that's a blockchain thing as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Yeah. Oh, well. There's just not much news going on with Bitcoin right now. Not a terrible thing, though. Not a terrible thing. I guess we technically want Bitcoin to go up, but, you know, from a trading perspective, we want to short this sucker down. Weather is perfect. Literally can't wait for you to get out here. I'll be out there. I mean, I'll be out there a few times this year. I know the one I'm for certain going is in August. I'm taking my sister and my grandparents out there for my sister's 21st birthday, and then my sister's friend as well. So that'll be a good time. And I'm gonna try to make out there for Bitcoin Vegas this year. Just I don't know how good Bitcoin Vegas is gonna be because of the cryptocurrency environment, if you will, right? Am I filming with Steve from Crypto Crew University's Bear Ribbon Indicator? I am not. If you tell me how to find it, I might try to figure it out if it's in the Indicators, Metrics, and Strategies tool. Is there something else you could add to your latest 4-hour and 30-minute stochastic RSI strategy to better improve the trades? I mean, I'm sure there's always something I can improve upon, but for me, it's maybe just zooming out a little bit more and then kind of seeing where we are in the overall pattern that's happening. Typically, I'll trade at the bottom or the top of a pattern, right? The resistance or support, but I won't hold long enough for it to kind of go all the way to the next level. Typically, I reserve that type of trading for really bullish environments or very bearish environments. And I would actually not even say very bearish environments. I would just say very bullish environments. And that's when the monthly charts are green, the weekly charts are green. We're in full bull market 2023, 2024 bull market environment, and like bam, 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 bam. That's where you can make some really good money in a short amount of time. Right now, I'm happy making like a few $100 a day here, a few $100 a day here, maybe $800 a day here, whatever. Maybe I lose $400 a day. I don't know. But I'm usually pretty happy with that. Right now, we're turning into a bit of a rectangle here, which is pissing me off because I want to see this sucker come down a little bit more. But yeah, that's depends. Latest 4-hour and 30-minute stochastic RSI strategy. I wonder what strategy you're talking about though, because I don't know about 4-hour and 30-minute stochastic RSI strategy. 4 hours and 30 minutes. Right now, it's mostly that's basically built around momentum though, because everything's customized in there. Maybe you might want a little bit more lag in the stochastic, but that's typically the nice little section I've seen. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that rectangle forming a little bit right now too. But well, are we down to the 15 minutes now? Now we've only had one. This one's so 11 minutes. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had a nice little dump here. But again, that momentum on the 2-hour and 1-hour chart, it is what it is at this point. Yeah, why does it keep saying my chat keeps on disconnecting? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there we go. It's saying my stream health is bad now. It says it's good, but there's a warning sign on it. That's almost time for me to wrap it up here. But I'll come back tomorrow and I'll say, hey, this is what happened with that trade. Did it work out? Did it not? I'll just let it kick it out because it's not real money, right? I either make $6,000 or I lose $5,600 on a fake trade. I'll let you guys know when I do my regular trades. This today, again, I didn't feel like it was just gonna fall down, and it hasn't just fallen down since that trade in the first place. Like this one last night, everything was for it. This one, more choppy, but it could still work out. But we're not even breaking down below that first support level right here. Like I said, I was hoping we'd actually have a breakdown below that, and that would be a larger candle. We haven't had that yet. It's kind of annoying, I would say. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just not a great trading environment, and because it wasn't, I didn't bother to open up a position except for the demo trade. Sometimes it's just like that. But tomorrow, if I see a buy signal or a short signal and I think it's good, I'll hop on board and we'll sit down for a couple hours and chill. Because tomorrow is Saturday, I believe. I have to go to memorial service tomorrow, and then after that, I believe